ఓం ఆప్యాయంతు మమాంగాని వాక్ప్రాణశ్చక్షుశ్రోత్రమథో బలం ఇంద్రియాణి చ సర్వాణి సర్వం బ్రహ్మ ఉపనిషదం మాహం బ్రహ్మ నిరాకుర్యాం మా బ్రహ్మ నిరాకరోత్ అనిరాకరణమస్తు అనిరాకరణం మే అస్తు తదాత్మని నిరతేయ ఉపనిషత్సు ధర్మా ते मयि संतु ओम शांति शांति शांति. In this Kenopanishad of the Samaveda, we have studied up to 4th mantra of the 2nd section or chapter, and that mantra was all important mantra. Pratibodha viditam matam amrutatvam hi vindate and atmana vindate viryam vidyaya amrutam ashnute, and we have studied its commentary also in all the details more than once. And what we learn from so many commentaries only is that the answer to a particular question, the right answer is generally one, and the wrong answers are many. That is the first thing we learn. Many people think in many ways, according to the state of their mind, according to the level of their mind, according to the constitution of their mind, what they think becomes their philosophy. So two things were learned, that philosophies, so-called, are formed by men from their different positions of the mind. And as many minds, so many philosophies. And also that right answer is one, the wrong answers are many. So now we pass on to the next mantra, 5th mantra. इह चेद अवेदित अथ सत्यमस्ति न चेद इह अवेदित महति विनष्टिः भूतेषु भूतेषु विचित्य धीरा प्रेत्य अस्मात् लोकात् अमृता भवन्ति. A wonderful statement, that if you know, if you have knowledge, full knowledge, real knowledge in this very life, then don't think it's a great achievement. Then your life is all right, that's all. Then your life is all right. If you do not realize in this very life, then there is a great misfortune. So that is the statement. And we find exactly similar statement from Sri Ramakrishna's disciple Swami Shivananda or Mahapurush Ji. During his time, some brahmachari was successfully meditating. So his friend went to Mahapurush Ji and said, so-and-so is meditating very nicely these days. Mahapurush Maharaj said, what of that? What will he get by meditation? Nirvikalpa Samadhi, no? That is something which all of us must get in this very life. So that is how they feel it. It is our real nature. Is it not strange that we do not get it this life? Our life is spent in vain. So same opinion is here. Mahapuruji said, what will it do by meditation? You get Nirvikal Samadhi at last. And that is something which all of us must get. So this is the theme we must remember in our mind. And that is why the great Upanishad says, if you realize, if you get this full knowledge in this very life, then your life is all right. Otherwise, if you do not realize in this very life, then terrible misfortune you are entering into. Mahati vinashti, great is your loss. Then one small dimension it adds to that knowledge. Bhuteshu bhuteshu vichitya dhiram. That means when the final realization takes place, and in every vibration of consciousness you can feel presence of the Lord, then simultaneously you will see the Lord in all beings. So you are seeing different beings, but in all the beings you will recognize the same Lord. Vichitya. Vichitya means? Vichitya means recognizing. Vichitya means realizing. Vichitya means finding out. You may say analytically finding out. Knowing, realizing. So, this is an important dimension of self-realization, that in all the beings you will see God. That absolute consciousness which you are realizing in every vibration of consciousness, by that itself, when you look at all the beings, you will not find them separate beings. You will find all of them same consciousness, filled in all of them. They are forms of the same consciousness. They don't have separate reality. Sri Ramakrishna says, you are all sitting, what do I see? Different cases are there, same cotton is filled in all the pillows, etc. Same cotton is filled. Pillows are different. So your body may have roop, ranga, etc. different. Caste, Indian, foreign, Hindu, Muslim, Purush, Stri, anything. But I say the same. Second time he has said, my mother is peeping at me through all these cases. My mother is peeping at me through all these cases. So that is what happens to the real sadhak. Then, dhira, all this is about the wise man, the man of realization. And then what happens? Asmat lokat pretya. This expression we had got in the second mantra of the first section. Pretya asmat lokat amrita bhavanti. So this mantra is not telling something new. It is only an aspect of that realization is confirmed by telling the same result. Pretya asmat lokat amrita bhavanti. Asmat lokat. That means what you are experiencing now, what everybody around us is experiencing now is called this loka. And pretya means, don't be misled by the translation in the Gita Press book, marker. No, transcending, going beyond. Praitya, going beyond. You will become immortal. Automatic effect of that real knowledge is that you will become immortal, or we have found every time that this amrita means also permanent, unalloyed, purest joy, bliss. So your life will not only be immortal, not longevity in the sense of the body, but when you realize you are Atman, then Atman never dies. And not only it does not die, but by its own nature, it is eternal, pure, unmixed bliss. So that will become. And this thing again, you connect, this thing is not a great achievement. This everybody must do in this life. Otherwise, terrible is your loss. So Shankar says, Kashta khalu sura nara tiryak pretadishu sansara dukha bahuleshu praninikayeshu janma jara marana rogadi sampraptir ajnanat. Shankar says, due to wrong knowledge, really terrible is this gati, our gati. We are going either becoming gods or men or animals. Filled with this is our transmigratory world, and which is mainly pain, misery only. Some semblance of happiness comes, but ends in misery. In all the bodies of different beings, prani nikayeshu, in all the bodies of all people, all living people, what we are getting? Janma, again and again, jara, old age, marana, and rogadi, diseases, physical and mental. Because of wrong knowledge, we are getting only this. And so, alas, Shankar says, alas is this life. Therefore, he says, iya eva chet. Chet means if possibly. Iya eva, in this very life. Manusya adhikruta samartha san. If you are born a man is capable. Man is adhikari. Man is fit to get this knowledge. Man is powerful to get this knowledge. So that is the man's life. The glory of the man's life also is being told. Here in this man's life, where it is possible for you to realize, yadi, if avedit, if you have known Atmanam, yourself, yathokta lakshanam, has been described up till now, viditavan, yathoktena prakarena, that means Atman which has been told, and the means also have been told. So in that very way, if you know, yathoktena prakarena, atha tada asti satyam. Atha satyam asti. So atha means tada, then only. Satyam asti. Now, Satya is explained, Manushya janmani asmin avinasho arthavatta va sadbhavo va paramarthata va satyam vidyate. In this very man's life, immortality is possible. Meaningfulness is possible. Good life is possible. Ultimate realization also is possible. So all this is under the meaning of Satyam. Satyam may mean avinasho, immortality. Satyam may means arthavatta, meaningfulness. Then the life is meaningful. Or sadbhavo, a good life. Meaning can be, you have a good life. Va paramarthata va, or ultimate reality is in your life. That is all the meaning of Satya. Satyam vidyate. Na chediya vedidite. And for the second part, na chediya jivan shed. That means while living itself. Adhikruta, though you are fit for that, avedit, na avedit, na viditavan. Even though you are fit as a man, if you do not realize in this very life, tada mahati, dirgha ananta vinashti. Mahati means big, it implies infinite, vinashti, vinashanam, destruction, janma jara maranadi prabandha vicheda, prabandha avicheda lakshana, prabandha avicheda lakshana, sansara gati. So what is the great loss? That this prabandha, this arrangement, like a Ferris wheel, you are moving and moving and moving. Life, old age, death, this arrangement, unbroken, that is this transmigratory words, gati. So that is the great loss. We will go on rotating and rotating in this very world. Tasmad evam gunadosho vijananto brahmanam. So Brahmins, qualified people who can understand this gain and loss. Gain if you have realized, loss if you have not realized. They get this bhuteshu bhuteshu sarva bhuteshu sthavareshu chareshu cha. So all beings without exception, so Shankar says, may be moving or unmoving, all beings. Ekam Atma Tattvam Brahma, one self of everybody which is Brahman. Vichitya Vinyaya Sakshat Krutya. So Vichitya means experientially knowing, means directly realizing. Dhira, Dhimanta, wise people, Pretya, Vyavrutya, transcending, Mama Aham Bhava Lakshana, Lakshanad Avidya Rupad Asmad Lokat. So what is Asmat Lokat? Avidya Rupad, caused by ignorance. Mama Aham Bhava Lakshanat, consisting of I and mine. This loka means consisting of I and mine. That is the main characteristics of this loka. Vyavrutta means uparamya. Uparamya, that means withdrawal. Sarvatmaika bhavam advaitam apanna santa. So, sarvatma bhavam, you become one with everybody. You realize oneness of all beings. It is very prominent in Upanishads, but not so much emphasized by the Vedantis, except Swami Vivekananda. He has again and again said, Vedanta means real nature, Vedanta means unity of world. So, Sarvatma Bhavam, Sarva Atma Eka Bhavam. All is reality, all is one. Advaitam, that is called Advaitam. Apanna, that means you have become that. Apanna Santa Amrita Bhavanti, become immortal. Means what? Brahmaiva Bhavanti iti artha. So what is immortal? That Brahman itself, that all-pervading, transcendent reality, Satchit Ananda, is the only thing which is permanent. That you will become. You will become immortal means that permanent Brahma. Sayoha vayutat param Brahma Veda Brahma iva bhavati. So the famous direct dictum on this point is from Mundaka Upanishad. Sayoha vai, whomsoever he may be. it is well known that when he has known the Parabrahma, he becomes Brahman himself. Iti Shruti. That is what Upanishad is telling. So, second khanda ended. Now, third khanda and the beginning of fourth khanda, we have a story. To illustrate whatever has been told, we have a story. And that story, Shankaracharya has given 6 reasons, perhaps, for that story being told here. So unless we know this story, we will not understand what it is doing to us. Here, a lot of commentary in Gita Press book is given as introductory because that prayojana of that story. In English book, it is not so. Mantra, our method is to read mantra from. And here you may have to read the whole story first. So we go by the story now. Brahma ha devebhyo vijigge. Tasya ha brahmano vijaye deva amahiyanta. This ha word twice means some historical truth is being told. Actually, these things have happened. That is being told. This is not an imagined story, it is an actual happening story. So the word ha is used. Ha means it is well known that, it is well known that. And this well known is also a method of the teachers. If the teacher says this is well known, then we feel that yes, we also know it. So, now, devebhyo vijigge. For the sake of gods, Brahman, the supreme God, the supreme reality himself, won a war. Now, what is this war? Devas means Chetan Pradhan people or Chetan Pradhan tendencies of our life are eternally at war with Indriya Pradhan people of the world or Indriya Pradhan tendencies of our mind. Eternally it is going on. Devas generally are not conquerors or invaders or attackers or aggressors. Generally, these asuras do not like devas enjoying bliss. So they attack. Always they attack. And then gods have to defend themselves. That is the war eternally going on. Like Pandava war in Mahabharata. Now, Pandavas do not win. It is God who wins on behalf of the Pandavas. That is the narration here. It is well known that for the sake of gods, Brahman won the war. But what happens? Gods are as much deluded as we are. So, in that victory of the God, they think it is our victory. It is our glory. That is what happens eternally. Always this happens. It is only Brahman because Brahman wants the Sthiti of the world. And for Sthiti of the world, gods are relatively givers, unselfish people. So protecting them is important for the sake of continuation of this world. If asuras pervade, the world will go to destruction immediately. So, tasya ha brahmano vijaye, in that victory which was actually God's, deva amahiyanta, the gods became great. They thought they are great. Then what happened? Te, ta means te. Te akshanta. They thought within themselves. Actually, akshanta means they saw. They saw. That means their mind became filled with this idea. Asmakam eva ayam vijayo. This victory is ours only. Asmakam eva ayam mahima iti. So this greatness, glory provided by the victory is ours only. And this is a wrong thought. This will destroy the gods. Gods who is filled with this wrong ahankar, they will become like asuras. So, tadha esham vijadnam. He is all-knowing, he is all-pervading, he is sarvajna. So their innermost thought, here also, ha is there. That means historical facts are going on. Esham, these gods. In the gods, vijadnam. Tadha esham vijadnam. He realized, automatically came to know that what is going on in their mind. So he thought that this ego must be curbed. Otherwise danger in the life of devas also and the whole world also. So, tebhyo ha pradurbabhuva. Tebhyo means in front of them. For them means in front of them. They're sitting, suppose, in a council hall and praising each other. So there, within their sight, pradurbabhuva, he took a form. Out of nothing, out of nowhere, he took a form. Tanna vejanata. No, in their glory, we know everything also was there. And this is the first shock. They could not understand by looking at him, who is he? Kimidam yakshamiti. So yaksha means unknown quantity. Yaksha also means a worshipful something. You know this unknown quantity? In English algebra, we use x, y. In old Sanskrit, yaksha. So yaksha means unknown quantity. Yaksha also means a revered person. So they felt reverence, but they could not know who he is. Tanna vajananta. That they could not know. Kimidam yakshamiti. Who is this yaksha? Te agnima bruvat. Jata veda etad vijanehi. Agni has two names. Agni burns and he knows everything. Jata veda. He knows everything. So, they said, oh Jata Veda. That means they raised his ego by telling that name. O Jataveda, etad vijanehi. Find out who he is. Kimidam yakshamiti. Who is this yaksha? Please find out. You are all-knower. You find out. Tatha iti, Agni said, yes, okay, dears, I go. So he was filled with confidence that he can do it. Tad Abhyadravat. Abhyadravat means he very fast, quickly went to him with that ego. Tam Abhyavedat. So this is the story and points are noted down. So in between I have to supply something. After going here, he was stunned, he could not speak even. So the Yaksha asked him, Kvasiti, who are you? So Agni went there to find out, but became stunned, could not do anything. That Yaksha, a man has come to me, so he asked him, who are you? Agnirva ahamasmiti, abravit, Jatavedava ahamasmiti. When asked, his ego was bloated, and he used both his names. I am either called Agni or I am called all-knower. He is not able to know this Yaksha, but he says, I am all-knower. Tasmin stoi kim viryamiti. Now that Yaksha ignored that boasting and said, such you are, what power have you? Api idam sarvam daheyam yadidam prithivyam iti. Now that also bragging. He could have said, I can burn things. But he said, whatever exists in the world, I can burn. That is my power. Tasmai trunam nidadav. A small grass stick, dry grass stick, trinam, he put before him. Etad dahiti, burn this. Tad upaprayaya sarvajavena. So he jumped on it with all his power. Tanna shashaka dagdam. Even then, that was not burnt. Hay stick. He could not burn that. So now he became ashamed. He did not further talk with Yaksha. He did not try to find out who the Yaksha is. And out of that shame, he came back. He came back and told other gods, I could not find out who he is. Tata eva nivavrute. From that he withdrew. Class में है ना कड़क नहीं का? Maharaj, I am having a class in the university. Oh, I don't know. So, he simply said, I could not know who this revered person is, unknown person is. Atha Vayum Abruvan. So the gods tried another, Agni because he is all-knower, and Vayu because he can go fast, he goes throughout the world, and so he might be knowing or he might be able to find out. So, Atha Vayum Abruvan. God spoke to wind god. Vayo etad vijanihi. Oh, Vayu, know this, Kimeta the Yakshamiti. Who is this Yaksha? He also said Tatha iti. Okay. Tad Abhadravat. He also went very fast. But same thing happened. He was stunned, he could not speak. The Yaksha asked him, Tam Abhyavadat. Ko asi iti. Who are you? Vayurva aham asmi iti. Abravit Matarishva va aham asmi iti. No, Vayu's another name is Matarishva. You know the literal meaning? Vayu is born from space. So space is the mother of Vayu. And Vayu goes throughout the space. So literally sleeping in mother. Fully occupying the mother. So that is the second name, Matarishva. So I am called Vayu or I am called Matarishva. Tasmin swai kim viryamat iti. So, such you are, what is power in you? Api idam sarvam adadiya. He also said, all this I can blow away. Yadidam prithivyamiti. Whatever exists on this earth, I can blow away. Tasmai trunam nidadav. So same small stick of the hay he put before him. Etad adadasva iti. Blow this away. Tad upaprayaya sarvajavena. With all his power, he jumped upon it. Tanna shashaka adatum. He could not lift it. What Bamri is doing? Satata eva nivavrute. Same thing happened. He withdrew from there. Naitadashakam vidnyatum yadetadakshami. He came back to gods and simply said, I could not know what that yaksha is. Now what will the gods do? They have sent best representatives. Now they have to tell their king himself. Atha Indra Mabruvan. So all the gods now spoke to Indra, the god, the king of gods. Etad Vijanihi. Know this. Kimetad Yakshamiti. Who is this Yaksha? Tatha iti. He also said Tatha. Tad Abhadravat. He also went very fast. But now different thing happened. Tasmat tirodade. He vanished. As he had appeared, so he vanished. Now Indra might be having more ego, but is more wise also. He has several qualities also. So he did not come back like them. Sa tasmin eva akashe. Here you have to supply Sthitavan. He in that very space stood there itself. Striyamajagama. Then one beautiful woman came there. Bahu Shobhamanam. Very beautiful. Umam Haimavatim. Now this will have two meanings. Haimavati means Himavan is the king of mountains. Haimavati means his daughter. Uma means Parvati. One meaning. Second meaning, Haimavati means loaded with golden ornaments. Name Uma. So Parvati is in both places, but either Himavan's daughter or loaded with golden ornaments. Such a woman came there. Uma came. Now seeing her Indra felt like he is the child of the mother. And so he asked him, Tam uvacha kimetad yakshamiti. Mother, who was this yaksha? So we are entering the fourth khanda now. Sa Brahma iti uvacha. She told that was Brahman. Brahmana va etad vijaye. So he asked only who was this yaksha. But she answered his mind fully. That mistake was pointed out by her. That it is Brahman's victory, Mayadvamiti. You people are thinking you are great. You have been made great by Brahman's victory, not your victory. Tatoha eva vidanchakara. So from that only he came to know that Brahma iti. That was Brahman. So Indra, the king of gods, could also realize Brahman only from a guru, from the universal mother. Tasmadva ete devo atitaram iva anyan devan yad agnir vayur indrahate. So we have to put some more imagination that Vayu and Indra, after reporting to gods, again came out and were waiting for Indra to come. So Indra told them. So therefore these three gods, Indra, Vayu and Agni, they Atitaram iva anyan devan, says if they became greater than other gods. Agnir Vayur Indra. Because tehi enan nedishtam pasprushu. Because these three had touched him from nearest. Now, touch may not be the actual touch, but they had gone very near. So, it was they who had touched him from nearest. Tehi enat prathamo vidanchakara. And it was they who knew first, before other gods, that he was Brahman. So, Indra told them, and then they came to the gods. So, they knew he is Brahman. Now, all the gods knew, because they have told them. But first, these three people came to know. So, Tasmadva Indro atitaram iva anyan devan. So Indra superseded, became greater than all other gods. Sai enannedishtam pasparsha. It was he who actually could know that is Brahman. So he has touched him from the nearest. Sai enat prathamo vidanchakara Brahma iti. So it was he who storytelling that these three superior, Indra superior among them also. Because it was he who first knew, he told them, and they knew before other gods. This is the story. So we have read the full story. Now we come back. Shankar is telling us what is the purpose of this story. So, Brahma devebhyo iti Brahmana Brahma devebhyo iti. So, as Shankars have it, he gives the first portion of the mantra, and this portion now I have to comment upon. Iti Brahmano durvidneyata uktir yatnadhikyartha. Brahman is difficult to be known, and so don't give it up. You have to make special effort. Samapta Brahmavidya yadadina purushartha. And we have already completed the Brahmavidya, the knowledge of Brahman, under which all the purushartha, covetable things of man, are only moksha. Dharma, artha, kama are very temporary. So under the knowledge of Brahman only is the final achievement of man. Oh. Are this is Vakya Bhashya. Because it has started like that. So lot of pages are only Vakya Bhashya, Pada Bhashya. Okay. So what I told up till now was Vakya Bhashya only. Now come to Pada Bhashya. Avidnyatam vijanatam vidnyatam avijanatam ityadi shravanat yad asti tad vidnyatam pramane yad nasti tad avidnyatam shashavishana kalpam atyantam eva asadrishtam. Drishtam means in this world. The people, we hear that those who know, they only don't know, and those who do not know only know. So, what we feel is that what is known through means of knowledge, that is known, and which does not exist is not known. That is how we think about it. Like the horns of a hare. So, totally unreal, that is what we see in this world. Tatha idam Brahma avidnyatatvad asadeva iti. So this Brahman, because he cannot be known, so he is not there at all. He is unreal. Iti mandabuddhinam vyamoho mabhut. So people with dull intellect. No, you have to imagine something here. That Guru, supreme disciple, Guru, other disciples. There also he had said, if you are known, so there were other disciples also. And now this story is for those who are dull intellect, comparatively. That means those fit disciples, enough of this story, enough of this narration, they have realized Brahman by now. Others who are not so strong in realizing, for them is this story. So they will doubt that Brahman does not exist. Because he is not known, so he won't exist. Tadartha yam akhaika arabhyate. So those mandabuddhis also should not have this delusion, so this story is being told. He is there, he won, and he, that means he is. Don't think he is unreal. See his powers. Tadeva hi Brahma sarva prakarana prashastru devanamapi parodeva